Hi guys, Chris and PJ here live in the Dream Giveaway Garage.
Happy Wednesday, sir.
It's already Wednesday?
Time is flying here in the garage.
It is.
Big day tomorrow.
Reminds me of the old joke. Why'd the guy throw the clock out the window?
Watch time fly.
You know the joke.
Big day tomorrow, speaking of
Big
time
day
flying.
tomorrow, that's right. 10 a.m. We're going to know who won the
pair way back there.
Classic Fours.
That's right.
Yep. Now, you guys won't know at 10. You'll probably know by lunchtime-ish, no later than 1 p.m. That will be posted on our website. Please do this for me. If you enter that giveaway, may I, PJ?
Go for it.
I'm going to get on my soapbox. Log into dreamgiveaway.com. Check your phone number. Is it your current phone number? Check your address. Is it your current mailing address? Check your email. Is it your current email? Do all of those things. If you're the winner, please make it easy on us to figure out how to reach you.
Now you say this in light of our past winner, I think.
I'm not mentioning names.
We did have a little difficult time getting in touch with the GTO winner, but we were able to get to him, so we were persistent, and all is good.
Make sure your contact information, your phone number, your mailing address, and your email address are all up to date. And make sure that if your voicemail is full, get them all off of there so you can get that important voicemail from me if you're the winner saying, hey, you just won.
Yeah.
Tomorrow,
Wow.
10 a.m. we'll know who won the Classic Fords. For the first time in Dream Giveaway history, we have a modern Challenger with a stock engine bay, with a modern Charger with a customized engine bay. First time it's ever happened. And this is a great opportunity for an episode. And that episode is showing you the stock engine bay versus the modified. Now, yes, we know one is a two-door, one is a four-door, but their engine bays are pretty darn similar.
All right, what are we looking at here, Chris?
Okay, we're going to start with the 0 to 60 6-speed. Hellcat here. This one is not a red-eye. It's 717 horsepower. Bone stock from the factory. We haven't touched a thing, changed a thing. There's not even 100 miles on this car. So you've got the SRT call out with the Hellcat there on the supercharger cover. You've got the valve covers right there that say supercharged Hemi. Underneath in Hemi orange. Well, these are these are, what do you want to call them?
Covers for the covers?
The covers for the covers. Here are the actual valve covers right there, and they are in Hemi orange. Call them fuel injection covers if you want.
Again, on this side though, windshield washer fluid.
Correct. You've got for your positive, if you need to jump start anything, you've got, is that the supercharger fluid sitting back there? I believe that. Let me look at the routing here. Where's it going?
Yeah, I know, right? You got to make sure.
Yeah. Yeah, and what's interesting is both the supercharger one, on some of the older ones, you can see two tanks. You can see one for the supercharger fluid and then one for the overflow, for the radiator fluid. Here we go. Here's that other one that I'm talking about.
Right.
Yep. So here's the one for the radiator. Now, do I have them right or do I have them reversed? I got to see where it's going. This is one for the supercharger. It looks like that's the one for the radiator.
Gotcha.
Because you've got that overflow valve over there.
Big, huge air intake here.
Yep, big, huge air intake. That is correct.
And I guess this hood brings in some air right there.
Hood brings in some air, both there and there.
It gets filtered through here.
Right here.
And right over the top of that.
You've got that. So that's stock. Who's out there today, PJ?
Dwayne says the Limelight would be so good in the great state of Mississippi.
Sublime?
Yeah.
Yes, great state of Mississippi. We were talking about that earlier today. I didn't realize there's an Air Force base in Biloxi. I was talking to someone today and they said they were stationed there. Here's that last call sticker as well.
Look at that.
For the Challenger. So this is our 0 to 60. This ends on June 30th.
And this is the front here as we look down at. And now let's take a look at the newer.
Right, and so if you figure out here, here's the air intake.
Right.
You can stick your hand through there. You can't stick it through there. On the other side, where is it at? You've got one on that side as well.
Right.
Okay. Now let's go over to the Charger. Twice as many doors. This one, amazing work from our friends at American Carcraft.
So we're looking at pretty much the same thing.
Same thing, except this has all the customized parts on it. Almost the only thing that you can recognize from over there is the air filter, the supercharger belt, the intake.
And everything else is kind of covered.
Everything else is kind of covered.
So
but with very cool stuff.
Right. So there's your radiator fluid in your cover. Again, the battery issue.
Right.
And then over here, again, you've got the other fluids here and
correct.
Everything else covered. Now, again, bringing in that big air back into the hood. Now, but this one's got all these call-outs for
all the call-outs there with the Richard Petty customized there. What's that, PJ?
Anderson
This
Composite.
is Anderson Composites carbon fiber hood on the Challenger. It is a stock hood.
Now, we've got also here, we've got all of the signatures here. Now, Richard Petty, I did watch him. He did sign this right here.
You saw him sign that?
I did.
Okay. He didn't auto pen that.
No, he didn't auto pen it, and he's got a Richard Petty blue color pen.
I noticed that. I mentioned that to our teammates here. Richard Petty has Petty blue Sharpies.
That's correct.
That is cool.
Again, now through the shot from the front,
right?
Looking at this, obviously got a lower profile.
And if you notice on here, come in here. See these custom, they got Richard Petty in the headlights.
Yeah, he's in there too.
It's like Prince Albert in the can.
Yeah, but those holes aren't here for the air.
The holes are not there for the air because you've got Richard Petty there. And then look how much lower the Charger sits than the Challenger.
Yeah.
It sits really low. That's that Petty's Garage custom suspension, that track suspension on there. And outlawed.
Still has the SRT badging.
Still has the
now
SRT.
This one's kind of blacked out a little bit here.
That's correct.
The SRT badging over here. Call out.
Neat stuff. I dig it. So which one do you guys like more? Do you like bone stock? Or do you like the customized one? The great thing is you can win both of those. PJ, what are they thinking out there in Dream Giveaway land?
Let's see here. Tackleberry says Petty Racing. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Derek says nice. Scott says Sherwood like nice next to the Hellcat Hellbee. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, the Hellbee. Yes, that Scott one up in Georgia.
That's right. Let's see here. Elite says, is that a Richard Petty? Yes, it is. He's all over the place.
That's a Richard Petty.
Let's see. Elite also says, can I trade my wide body SRT instead of entering the giveaway?
Can you trade your wife?
Wide body SRT.
Okay. No. You can't buy it. You can't trade it. You got to enter to win.
That's
Only way that you can get it. And what's neat about this is the very last car that was built by Petty's Garage. They're retiring Petty's Garage.
I was blown away. I didn't even know that. We're out there with Richard Petty this weekend, and someone said that, and I was like, really?
So the very last one here, 885 horsepower, thanks to not only Dodge for building the vehicle, but to Dodge's division direct connection for providing this Stage 2 Red Eye kit, which pumps that horsepower from 800 and change all the way up to 885. That means that this vehicle may be a 9-second quarter-mile street machine.
885 horsepower for this
885, 717 over here. But if you love the stick shift, then go for the Challenger, because that's one of 104 built with the 6-speed Tremec. They couldn't put the Tremec in the higher horsepower ones. So PJ?
Kenny says either one of those two cars will look great running around central Illinois.
Indeed. PJ, if you had to pick one, which one?
Wow, I do like the call outs on that Richard Petty car.
So do I.
But boy, there's nothing looking like that green, subline green, and that old stock. Just hit it and go.
It's a tough decision, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean automatic versus standard too. It's a big change.
Oh, that's right. And I love the stick shift on this vehicle as well. For collectability, nothing's going to beat that Petty Hellcat built by Petty's Garage, the last one ever built by them. Well,
Yeah,
we can't enter, PJ, so this is simply an
That's right.
academic exercise.
So if I were to take one, it would definitely be the Petty one, just for the collector edition of it.
And if I had to take one, it would be the Petty Charger because it's the only one ever built
Right.
of that for Dream Giveaway.
And
But-
it's got Richard Petty in the headlights.
I wouldn't kick this one out of my garage.
No, not at all.
How about you guys? Get your entries to win both. You've got all year to get your entries on this. You can get them today, but you only have until June 30th to get your entries on this one.
Chris, and if you do like the decked out engine bay, and if someone has a Charger or a Challenger,
They could get American Carcraft to deck this out for the winter.
Yeah.
Or they do Corvettes, they do Chargers, they do Mustangs. American Carcraft out of Hudson, Florida. In fact, I have to head up that way tomorrow. Maybe I'll stop by their shop and say hi.
Kathy wants to know, Chris, ask me if we have a special promo code.
Kathy, do we have a special promo code?
I'm sure she might have one in her
Kathy,
bag.
go ahead and share that special promo code with our audience here. Next week, some other exciting stuff. Our new official lift, Wildfire Lifts, is our new official lift, and they will be installing them on Monday. I can't wait to see those.
Yeah, we got some empty spaces going on over here, so we're excited to get those lifts over there.
That's going to be fun.
Now, Lewis says, let's fire up 2 at the same time. Well, that would be pretty sweet.
Maybe on Friday we'll do that.
Yeah.
And that's a great idea. If we don't do it this Friday, we'll get to it. Nothing to worry about.
Kathy says we've activated a very special early Father's Day weekend promo code called DAD6X
6X, and let me guess, that's 6X bonus tickets.
with any donation.
I've been around. I know how this works.
That's right.
That's good stuff. Again, guys, we do the best of the best. One of 104 here, one of one here. Both last call edition, Hellcats, Challenger, Charger, because you're the best when you help out that roster of great charities. Keep that in mind. Get to our website. Get your entries to win. Even if you have entries, please get some more and help out the charities. We'll see you tomorrow. More great fun, more great action, more great grand prizes. It only happens right here in our favorite place on earth, where you can win the Dodge Hellcat of your dreams, the Dream Giveaway Garage.